Right, after procrastinating most of the day and getting moaned at for it, I've got this Ibanez Gio in. Basically, just set up. All I've done is straighten the neck out, seeing how it's playing. Well, obviously, you can see that sitting up well. It keeps returning to that. I'm going to set it parallel, so you don't get as much pull up, but it's closer to what it should be, or what Ibanez says it should be, I should say. So yeah, basically, you should be able to hear from here. The complaints is basically buzzing a wee bit. Up the top register, but yeah, sitting trying to play guitar upside down isn't the best. But yeah, you can see it's kind of the normal stuff you'd expect out of a cheap guitar with light strings. And I think that's the main problem. The strings are too light. Because even like with me playing, I'm not particularly a heavy player, and the frets aren't that bad on this at all. Like I wouldn't say, no, can't even get it to buzz in this position. I wouldn't say the buzz I was getting like in this area that you just heard there, um, as a result of uneven frets. I mean, obviously, frets are never going to be perfect unless you're a machine and all that kind of stuff. But it's one of those things to think about. So I'm just going to quickly pause it and whip the strings off and just get to work on this. It feels like it's got 9s or something on it. It's going up to 10s. So it's going to be a bit beefier. Right. I'm just going to make a point here. Unless you're actually having problems with your tuner, please don't tie your strings on. All you need to do is put it through, kink it, bring it back, and then just nestle the wraps underneath each other and it will hold. It will hold and hold and hold and hold, and you never need to tie it on. It's just a pet peeve that I like to get out of my system sometimes. I've not pulled the strings through the bridge, obviously, but I'm just very quickly going to make sure that the tuner bushings are tight. While I'm here, I'm just going to quickly straighten the neck out. So obviously straightened it under string tension, so I should now have a little bit of a backbone. Not so much a backbone, a bit of a slightly uneven fingerboard. There's a good thing about a notch straight edge. You can check the fingerboard and the frets. Oh. Okay. That was just a little bit unexpected. And then just take care of this and now give myself a height to work to. Yeah, I knew that the treble strings were far too high. Don't know if this will show up on camera. Yeah. So let me find a pin or something similar. a piece of fret wire, how apt. So you can see that's where the bottom of the... No, I need something a bit more fine. There we go. See, that's the bottom of the slot here, and there's the pencil line resting on the frets. So that's kind of, that line is what you want to work to. Right, so get rid of the zoom. Sorry, just messing about this. I'll get the strings off and I'll just crack on. Right, strings are off and out the way. The thing to remember about nuts, whether, as long as it's always this style, they're all kind of the same. You angle it towards the tuner the way you need it, and you just want to slot the correct width. If your file will cut it, that is. It seems to be just a bit narrow. There we go. Because it's a relatively straight string pull, I don't really have to do any file manoeuvres, if that makes sense. So, and you always want to work to the top of your line, because unless you've got something like bone, it will work its way kind of down just a little bit. Not a lot, but it's enough that if you work to the bottom of your line, by the time the string's settled in, it will be buzzing. So that's always something to keep in mind. There we go. Right, I'm going to do the rest of the nut slots and then we'll go from there. Just a little tip, even if you get gauged files, always experiment a little bit, because I find, so this one is meant for your low E and your G at a 17 gauge, and I find that the 17 is just a bit too wide for a G. So if you do it with like, and not like this, but with for the back headstock angle, and then you take the nut down to where it should be, it seems too wide and it lets the string slip out with side to side movement. If you're doing like a high bend on the second fret kind of thing, on the G string, I would let it fall out. So what I've done for the longest time was use a 10 file. But I've recently found, like, especially the plastic nuts, you want to just be a touch wider, but not too wide. So I'm actually using a 13 on the G string. And the G string, it's a pack of Ernie balls, just the green packet. Can't remember what it is. It probably is a 17, but like I say, when I start shaping this nut, that slot will end up too wide. Whereas the 13, once you get down to having it just around the string, I'll hold it perfectly, near it almost. Let's say, I'm just saying this, these are like 4-year-old Hosco files. If you've got like brand new like I don't know, Ibanez or StewMat files or something, you might not run into this, but it's one of those things to be aware of. Just double check your file gauges and just don't take the number at face value, experiment and see which one fits the strings you're actually using. There we go. And then even if the B string is a 10, or is a 13 even, going in with the 10 file on the B. And I don't know why this works well for me, but it does. It just seems to. that. That's why I don't like plastic nuts. In fact, that's actually a teachable moment. If you can, come on, focus. See on the B string, see how the other slots just touch the top of the line? The B string just comes in about halfway through the line. That might end up a bit too low. So yeah. Well, I'll have you here, mate, so I'll talk you through this process if your nut does pop off. See a doctor if it's not your guitar. So I'm just using a Stanley blade. Lightly scrape to clean up any glue, because there will be like loads of glue. And see, I'm trying to do this. I don't know what you can see. Same idea here. Wherever there's glue, just try and clean it off. The thing you don't want to do is immediately glue it back on. You need to clean it up, because obviously that was installed when there was no glue, like no pre-existing glue on it. So now that there is glue there, it takes up room and then it stops your nut sitting correctly the way it was before. See, all that glue's come off there, and you will inevitably take just a little bit of wood off, but that's not a big deal as long as like you cleaned where the nut sits sufficiently. It will be as though nothing happened. Got my thin chisel, but unfortunately, maybe I'll just screw adjust this. Where are you? Am I zoomed in? Yeah, I was zoomed in, sorry. I've accidentally blunted it a little bit trying to sharpen it. I need to get a new honing guide, because I need to sharpen my spoke shave blade as well. But as a glue scraper, this will do the now. Because actually makes you a bit worried. I see people buy a replacement nut like Graphtec or something, and they'll just knock off their old nut, glue the Graphtec one in, and it's like you kind of defeated the purpose of upgrading the nut if you've not cleaned this out enough. There you go. Here's my current bottle of glue. That's you. So I do go on a whole squeeze through. I think it's just slightly blocked. I'll go dot. Oh, that's a bit bigger than I normally do. So I just do that, 2 dots of super glue and get it on the bottom slightly. Put it back in position. And then I just hold it because the super glue will actually just will stick like really quickly. I mean, that's probably not solid to work on right now, but it will be in like 2 minutes, so I'll leave that for a wee second. Right, cut the high slot. Just had plenty of time to dry, so I'm just going to go straight on with the shaping. I'm not going to go too in depth, in fact, I'm going to cut off here. Get a good file, and you're looking for about half the diameter of the string for the wound strings, and about half to the full diameter of the string is how much your slot should come up. Shape it nicely, take your corners off so you're not stabbing yourself basically, and then polish it up with sandpaper. It's really straightforward once you've got the finesse down, and it's really important to do because then if your slots are too deep, that's where you get string hang-ups and all that kind of stuff. So that's where I'm cutting that just now, but like that's where I'm at with the shaping. And you can see with the plastic nut, a good file just tears right through it. So there you have it. You just file it down, but don't go too crazy with it. And that's the nut done. Maybe taking a bit too much of the corner there, but there's still plenty of slot there to hold the string in place. So it's taking quite a good polish to it. If I'd had an angle there before I moved, it's actually quite reflective. So I'm just going straight on to the frets with steel wool. Makes sense because steel wool was the last step in polishing that. And there we go. Can you see the difference in the frets? Let's see. So, sorry, I'm sitting watching the camera doing this. There we go, yeah. So I'm going to do that, polish all the frets up, and then I think I'll give the fingerboard a gentle scraping because there's some caked on dirt. Not picked up on camera, but it's going to drive me crazy if I leave it and then just oil it. And then come back. Well, I've got the strings off. Just taking some time to check the knife edges on the bridge. They're a little worn. I'm going to take a file and do it off to the side here. Just gently take any burrs off. Yeah, not the best, but I say not the best because it's an Ibanez Gio. You kind of know what you're in for with one of these. Yeah, they're good, but they're not obviously not like a Prestige or anything like that. That's really like high-end Japanese. And yeah, well, I've got everything apart. Just a quick skish. Even if it doesn't need it, it can't hurt. Just electrical contact cleaner. Actually, because I was holding it upside down, I have the skish I got in there. There we go. Right, sorry, talking quite quietly there, just too busy concentrating. Yeah, I'm gonna put this back together, fire strings on it. Right, and that's this wee Ibanez Gio done. Usual pickup height, went for 1.5mm on the humbuckers, about 2 for the single coil, but it's not actually got a great up and down adjustment, so it's as close as you can get it, if that makes sense. Let's see, what can you see? Yeah, nut turned out pretty good. I did have to bring the B string up a little bit and then widen the slot, but now that's working great. Obviously I'm not left-handed, so I'm very limited in what I can do, so... It's very weird playing upside down. So that's your bridge pickup and then the neck pickup in the middle. You do also have your in-between position. So yeah, 2mm on the bass side, 1.5mm on the treble side at the 12th fret. My usual setup spec. Yeah, it's actually a cool guitar. I think it's one of the lower end ones you can get, and you know, I don't know what they are new, but if they're like less than 200, then Ibanez knocked out the park with these kind of things. So yeah, it's been I used to know the price of them, but it's been so long since I looked. But yeah, these are pretty damn cool guitars. Even like talking as a right-handed player playing a left-handed one, quite enjoy it. So yeah, that's all really to be said about that. Yeah, Ernie Ball 10s on it, and so playing sounding really good. That's all I've got to say.